Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Ahmed at Altcoin Era. We got some breaking news. All right, so right now Bitcoin has actually broken past this pennant right over here. So I'm going to give you the ins and outs of what's happening so far. Okay, so far I did say that we're going to head to lower prices. However, market makers have decided to push prices up higher. The most important area of resistance is up here at 113,000 US dollars. We've spoken about this a few times. Okay, it's major resistance for Bitcoin. It's been spanning all the way until 2017. So from 2017 all the way 21 as well, and then we have 2024 again, 2025, sorry, and now we have another major resistance. I'm betting on the opposite. I know 99% of the herd is saying that we're going to have higher prices. So be it. But the contrarian I am shorting at the moment. I know in the grand scheme of things, I'm picking up pennies in front of a freight train. Bitcoin in the long term is heading to 1 million, 2 million, 5 million in the long term. Yeah, but I just don't think we're going to do it now. I don't think we're heading up higher. It's better to be kind of reserved at the moment. I know there is like a whole campaign going on. Yeah, Bitcoin is this and that and this and that and whatever. Good for Bitcoin. Now the S&P 500 is forming higher highs. Now the S&P 500 predicts what happens in the future. So they're like 6 months ahead. So they're pricing in a massive rally. GDP going up, boom, everything's going up. Because this is just predicting that everything's going to be okay. Yeah, we had a V-shaped recovery and now we're heading up higher. Markets are predicting that we're going to see in the next 6 to a year higher prices, and S&P 500 could head to 7,000 US dollars and higher. Now, a lot of folks have been sidelined. A lot of folks. So they're all jumping in now. They're all just literally jumping in now. We've made all-time new highs, and we've continuously made all-time new highs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So many all-time new highs. Okay. So the same goes with the NASDAQ made all-time new highs. However, Bitcoin is still trying to make all-time new highs because there's massive resistance here. Huge resistance up in this area. We've spoken about this many times. I'm just brainstorming, guys, so please forgive me. I've overlaid Bitcoin chart with the S&P 500, yeah? So we're going to look at some statistics, some information that we can get, okay? It doesn't always necessarily mean that, Bitcoin is going to follow the same trajectory as the S&P 500. S&P 500 made all-time new highs while Bitcoin was, stagnating, not really doing anything. And then S&P 500 came back down, and then we had the S&P 500 come back to the all-time new highs to test the previous highs. And then again, we made all-time new highs. Bitcoin was still just going sideways. It wasn't until like around, let's say around this period in November 2024, where the S&P 500 went upwards. Then Bitcoin made all-time new highs. So from the very bottom all the way to around here, the S&P 500 made new all-time highs. It went up 14%. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily mean that if the S&P 500 goes up higher, that Bitcoin is going to go up higher. Okay, I'm not saying that this is the end. Normally, seasonality plays a part, a massive part. Okay, you could tell that in November, October, we made a massive bounce, a massive breakout, yeah, to the upside. Then we have something similar as well, where the S&P 500 made all-time new highs. Okay, not all-time new highs, it bounced, went up 16% during the bear market, and then again went up 16%. Bitcoin pretty much didn't really do much, and then again went up 20%, and the rest is history. The previous one, well, the S&P 500 continued to go up and make all-time new highs. By then, Bitcoin was pretty much down by a massive, like, let's just say from here to here, a massive 10%. So I'm just challenging people's concept, or like you might be new to crypto and you might get bombarded by some of the marketing campaigns out there. We've had a massive bull run, but what tends to happen is we have something called diminishing returns. So basically, participants look around and they're like, okay, Bitcoin has done a massive 6-7x from here. Where else can we go? And they look to none other than Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is in the relative lows. It hasn't even done a 6x, it hasn't done a 4x, it hasn't even done a 5x or a 2x. Matter of fact, it's down by almost 50%. Ethereum at the moment is having a cursed cycle, just like XRP. XRP for around last cycle, it didn't even make all-time new highs. It's having the same effects, okay? Last cycle, we didn't even make all-time new highs. So Ethereum is witnessing the same kind of cursed cycle. I think Jim Cramer is very, very bullish with Ethereum. He's probably holding Ethereum. That's why we've had a cursed cycle. In the whole of crypto, we've just been punished. If you hold anything, you've been punished again, punished. And then I think some participants have genuinely become gamblers, addicted to that dopamine, and they've just left with a gambling addiction. Okay, I hope they seek help. I hope they get some help. As for many of us, we've been just simply punished, and that will change. The tide will change. Anything at 4K, your altcoins will not see massive gains. Okay, you need Ethereum to actually move first. And there is positive signs in the media. You have SBET continuing to buy more and more for their treasuries. We have the Ethereum Foundation. They're holding a whopping 243,000 ETH. But most importantly, we got Sharplit Gaming, and they're holding 205,000 US dollars. Every week they're buying massive amounts. By next week, they're going to hold more than the Ethereum Foundation. So this is big news. At number 3, we have Polychain. Big up the Hex holders. Big up Polychain. I still hold some Polychain somewhere in the metaverse. So I still hold some Polychain. I bought a long time. It's down, but it doesn't matter. I just threw it away, and I'm not going to look at it until another 5 years. Just threw away, not going to look at it. Then we have Coinbase, Golem, we have Bit Digital, we have the US government holds 59,000 ETH, and then you have ENS and so on and so forth. So you got thousands of companies that hold Ethereum in their foundation, in their treasury, and this is going to increase. This is definitely going to increase. So we need this positive momentum. And like I said earlier, Ethereum has bottomed, guys. It has bottomed. And this is not financial advice, of course, but in my opinion, it has bottomed. All right. So the end is near. Ethereum is going to do really well. It needs to break above this area of resistance at 2,800. I think it's going to do it and then head back into this pennant. Now, this pennant has been ranging for a very long time, just like XRP. I said the same thing with XRP. It ranged for a very long time. As you can see, XRP was in a massive pennant, huge pennant. The same thing is playing out. Okay, exact same thing. Link, the same structure. We're going to have a massive pump, but unfortunately Ethereum is in the curse cycle, just as XRP. XRP finally broke out of its curse cycle. I blame Jim Cramer or someone out there. I know someone cursed is holding Ethereum. Once they sell, I think Ethereum is going to do really well. Okay, so in the grand scheme of things, guys, this is what's going. I'm just freestyling right now. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, if you're a bull, what you're going to see is this is going to break out. If you're a bull, you're looking for this breakout now. Yeah. Once it breaks out, roll to 145, baby. Roll to 145. That's going to take everything up. It's going to push everything up. Now you're wondering, why on earth are some of these altcoins showing some strength now? You know why? There's an FOMC meeting happening. There's an FOMC meeting happening in 21 days. And that's why a lot of participants are front running this news. Now, normally what happens is we always get this. Like they begin the marketing campaign. They're like, yeah, that's it. Altcoin season is here. We have bottomed. And I feel we get punished every time for hearing that word. Altcoin season is here. Now, I did say to folks that we are going to see a reversion, okay? Nothing goes down in a straight line and nothing goes up in a straight line. This is the bull market support band. And as you can see here, bang, hits this area, boom, rejection, come down. Now in the next 20 days is the FOMC meeting. So not everyone, but the marketing campaign started and they're going to peddle their bullishness again. And unfortunately, participants are going to get wiped out. Unfortunately, participants are going to get sold on again, and we're going to be exit liquidity, and it's going to carry on going downwards. Happens time and time again. Okay, the marketing campaign starts again. Some of these big key opinion leaders start shilling whatever coin they want to shill for that month, for that period, and then it has no stickiness. It doesn't remain, and unfortunately, it goes back down. Okay. We saw this in June, and we'll see this again in around, where are we? In around May, we see this as well. Same thing happened again, like June period here, 2019. We bounced, okay? Right over here, same thing. They turned on the marketing machine again, screamed out, yeah, guys, this is it. But we haven't bottomed, okay? And then again, we'll probably see another one. Oh, sorry, it's in July. July. Marketing campaign turns on. Come on, guys, we can do it. Yeah. And it's like, no. And then we finally find a proper floor. Okay. By the time we get to August, they're going to do the same thing again. Come on, guys, we can do it. Okay, season is here, finally. And then finally, when they all give up, everyone gives up. September is probably the worst period in history, and then we finally see an actual rally, an actual higher high, higher low. So guys, the FOMC meeting is happening. Don't be fooled. We're gonna find lower prices. Do not be fooled. Okay. As for Bitcoin, come on, don't be stupid, guys. And don't be exit liquidity. I might be wrong. Yeah, Bitcoin's gonna head to 145. Continue. Ethereum's gonna do smashingly well. Yes, smashingly well, but it doesn't necessarily mean that your altcoins are going to go up and make all-time new highs. No, Ethereum needs to pass $4,000 for your altcoins to actually see some actual gains. Yeah, I know every time we've been punished, every single time we've been punished for being bullish, but guys, the OGs know this. You guys know this. Just be smart. Just be smart. Okay, we're heading to this resistance. Boom. If that doesn't hold, then we're heading down to 100K, and then to 99, and then to 95. If that doesn't hold, and I'm giving this until this week and next week. So we have like one more. Next week is going to be the final moment for this, and then I'm going to flip bullish, and then we're going to continue to go up higher. But for now, guys, we're just playing the exact same thing. Like we've done the same pattern here, exact same pattern here, right here, same pattern, but on a shorter time frame. Boom, wick over here, maybe 115, 114, and then we head back down. This is a fake out. Just completely liquidate all the shorts that I've seen here, including myself. And then we head downwards. Okay, we're just doing the same thing here, textbook pattern. Okay, swing failure pattern. Okay, we swinged on the low right over here, boom, couldn't hold it, and then we headed up higher, double bottom. Same thing is playing out here, a double top, and then head back downwards. I have a slightly bearish take, but at the end of the day, we're picking up pennies in front of a freight train. Bitcoin is one of the best performing assets ever. Ethereum will be the best performing assets ever. Solana will have a good future, but I think this whole casino thing, this whole, like, you know what it is right now, there's a pump.fun situation happening. So pump.fun is releasing a token, and normally when you do that, it's normally the end. You're right at the end. And you know what's so crazy? Anyone that buys a token in the pre-seed round, anyone that's bought during that period has to wait a year to sell their token. A year. And by then, you know, the insiders just constantly dumping. And most participants, they lost. So let's just say like 150,000 of them, they all moved. And let's just say only five of them won. They've all just moved to Let's Bonk. So imagine you're in Vegas, you don't like the casino, and you just go to Shanghai, but it's the same rules applied. So yeah, a lot of folks have gambling addictions, unfortunately. I hope they're fine. I hope they're okay. Honestly, I feel sorry for them. Now, ADA has made a triple bottom, which is a good sign. Very, very good sign here. ADA, I just think ADA's got a bright future. Irrespective of what happens, I actually think it's got a bright future. It hasn't really gone up heavily. It hasn't gone down heavily. There's not a lot of speculation. There's just long-term holders that keep buying this thing. So it's hitting the bull market support band. Is this the 4 hourly? Let's go on to the 4 hourly. It needs to hold above here. If it doesn't hold above this area, 63 cents, then we're possibly going to head lower to 57 and then probably retest this area. RSIs are highly oversold. But it doesn't matter, really. It can be oversold for quite some time. BNB. one of the best performing coins. It's pretty much just goes sideways for a long time. Yeah, it's doing really, really well. XRP is doing very, very well. Yeah, it got through, it got past its cursed year. Okay, all the Uber drivers are loving this coin. They love. I can see this go to $7. I'll be honest with you. It's doing really, really well. I can see this go just sideways for a long time. Yep. So we're pushing up higher because of Bitcoin heading up higher. Next area of resistance is $2.58. That's the area of resistance. Okay. And then the third area of resistance is $2.75. We have AVAX. AVAX is forming a bottom signal. Okay, so far, this is if Bitcoin goes for another run. Okay, Bitcoin's going to go through another run, but it's not the absolute bottom for altcoins, guys. Yeah, this is just front running the FOMC meeting happening. And I think people are getting very eager and excited because possibly, we might see the end of QT. And that would be positive for the space. If we don't see the end of QT, well, you know what happens. You all know what happens next. Okay, DOT is recovering from this area. It really tested this low right over here. This is like a new yearly low, a new like record low, and it's going back up into this area. Close above here, that's bullish. Swept the lows, and this could possibly be the very low. Okay. Link is moving sideways, fake out here. Guys, look at this pennant. This pennant has been ranging for how long? Like, come on, guys, look at this. Look at this beauty. Okay, we've been in this pennant for a long time. Okay, this was a fake out, and now we might see another break to the upside. Next resistance is $17, and then after that it's $20. All right. The EMA clouds, well, it's still kind of bearish right now for the daily. Just sideways movement at the moment. The Hichimochi cloud, well, it's just moving sideways as well, and pretty much moving sideways for some of these big major large caps. All right, so we have Mantle. Well, that's bleeding a VC coin. Stacks is just moving sideways for the medium term. Okay, we're gonna have like a decisive moment where we're gonna see, I could see something here. I really did say that this wick needs to be filled. So this wick ideally needs to be filled. We have a trend line that goes right over here, and then you could probably add another trend line that goes right over here, to be fair. Something like that. You could see something like that. Just brainstorming. You can see something like that. It hit this resistance here. And maybe it will just hold this resistance until we see some more positive news. Basically, we need new money to come in. All of this is just old money coming in. This is just people with stable coins just jump back in, and they're just getting rinsed. That's the God honest truth. Majority of participants are just scared money that left into stables heading back in. We actually need new money to step in. If that doesn't happen, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much pointless. Yeah. So Ethereum has new money coming in. It has institutions coming in. As for retail, they're far away right now. They're far away right now. Okay. Bitcoin needs to get to like 250,000. I'm joking. But Ethereum needs to get to 5K for new money to start actually coming in, and then you could start speculating. But to be fair, it's regarding the ISM. Now the ISM, these folks have like PTSD, to be fair. They really have PTSD out here. So it's regarding the business cycle, to be fair. And the business cycle is not looking good. It's been down for a very long time. It's been down. On the weekly, we've been on the monthly. Sorry, this is the monthly. So we've been down for quite some time. We need it to be up here. Okay, we just systematically been going down. All right, and this is basically retail. Altcoins are correlated to retail. Point blank. Period. The money, the marginal buyer are retail. Point blank. Period. And the more you understand that, the more you'll understand crypto. Yeah, the marginal buyer is retail. They come into the space and they start buying. Simple as that. As for Ethereum, Bitcoin, the marginal buyer is not retail anymore. That market cap is huge now. Yeah, it's massive. The marginal buyer is institutions. Now, this is looking good. This is looking really good. Everything for Ethereum is looking perfect. looking perfect right now. Great conditions, really, really good condition. I'm very, very bullish on Ethereum. Okay, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, yeah, let's just say Bitcoin actually goes sideways for some time. Yeah, I'm just brainstorming here. Let's just say we don't break out. Let's just say we don't break out. We don't really need Bitcoin to break out, to be fair, for Ethereum to continue to go up higher. Bitcoin could literally just move sideways until October, until like, you know, the 4-year cycles. So Bitcoin could literally just move sideways for a while, yeah, at these relative high levels for a while, and Ethereum could catch up. It could catch up and get to like around 4K. By then, it will give some space for altcoins. Altcoins can actually, like, you know, have a final capitulation, and then once retail see, like, do you know how it works? It will be like, it'll work like this. So basically you can, what's wrong with my English today? So basically Ethereum goes up all the way to 4K and altcoins kind of bleed. Yeah, once they bleed, everyone starts piling into Ethereum, and then it goes higher and higher, and then Bitcoin goes through its final epic run. Okay, now I don't think it's a bear market because, guys, we haven't seen actual hysteria, like that moment when you're just in so much shock. Like no one, like 99.9% of participants don't see a bear market coming. They don't. They're so in shock of their portfolio. They're like, wow, I can't believe this. Oh my God, my portfolio has gone up by 50x. Everything is up. Like no one sees it. No one really sees it because you're so drunk on dopamine. You're so drunk. Like right now, everyone's like questioning, oh, is this a new all-time high? Is this, everyone's feeling that, like, oh, because everyone's sidelined. Everyone's like, oh, is this the real thing? There's in a real raging bull market, guys, everyone's thinking, oh my God, we are gonna rip to 100K. We're going. Like no one sees it. Hardly anyone sees it, sorry. So for us right now to say that, okay, this is the very peak at top. Yeah, maybe, but there's too many people sidelined. There's way too many people sidelined. We need everyone to be in crypto. We need everyone to start speculating on everything. So altcoins still have a massive like way to go. They really have a massive way to go. So this is nowhere near the end. It's just taking a very long time. I feel like we've been punished too long. Well, bro, while I've been waiting for altcoin season, I've just been shorting majority of these coins, to be fair. Like, and it's been paying. I wish I shorted more. if I knew we're gonna have a curse cycle like this. So yeah, okay, that's pretty much it. I think Bitcoin is just doing the same thing here. Boom. Okay, same thing is playing out, like word for word, like picture perfect. Same thing is playing. Like I can't make this up. I can even give you a fractal if you'd like a fractal, sir. I'll give you a fractal. Okay. Here we go. Bar pattern from here all the way to here, and then like literally like picture perfect, to be fair. Like I can't make this up. Let me make this smaller. Okay, something like that. Anyway, it looks picture perfect. Like it looks so similar. It looks like very similar, but this is way more shorter of a period. Yeah, so you can see that. Yeah, just kind of like you could see that it looks very similar. So those two, that's my analysis for the day. I'll be having a major short. I'm going to be liquidated at that price, 114,598. That's when I'm liquidated. I'm gone. Got a heavy short here. I'm not going to cover my shorts and continue. That's crazy. Imagine I cover my shorts and I can just keep covering it. I'm finished. Nah. Yeah, my shorts are going to get liquidated over here, guys. But yeah, I just don't believe this rally. Maybe I'm mid-curving it. Maybe I'm part of like the majority who are fading this, and I should be actually longing. Yeah, we'll see. The contrarian is maybe long it because everyone's sidelined. Everyone's kind of in disbelief. So We'll see. Maybe the majority is wants to short it. So we'll see what happens. As for altcoins, bro, I'll be honest, there's some more pain. The herd is not here. Like the search terms have gone down, views have gone down pretty much across the board, and that's what happens basically. If a coin goes down, so does my search volume, so does my views. So if a coin goes down by 50%, views go down by 50%. That goes for the whole of crypto. If a coin goes up by 10x, then my subscribers go up by 10x. So it's just simply, that's the game that we're in basically. But we'll see what happens so far. All right. It's just a slow bleed, slow grind higher. Yeah, I'm just waffling. Sorry for wasting your time, guys, but I've just told you exactly how I see it, what I think is going to happen. That's it. I'm just brainstorming something different today. Just freestyling it. Yeah, X, I don't really like to follow X, to be fair. It's just, it used to be really, really good, that place. Like, you used to really find alpha value, but now it's just all marketing, man. I don't know who's paying them. Like, I have to always look at their post and think, oh, there's a hidden interest here, who's paid you, what exchange do you work for? I have to always be very, very mindful in X. What's their angle? But before, the early days, it was amazing. I remember the early days, man. I used to find so much alpha on there. It was like a real community. But now it's just like bull posting constantly. Yeah, guys, we're going to 500K. Like, I'm like, bro, like just to click, just to bait farm. What's it called? Just a click farm. So yeah, that's it. If you want some alpha, join our private members. I give this kind of content on a regular basis. If you need some help with your portfolio, I'll help you out. If you've got a gambling problem because of all of these meme coins and shit coins, get some help, guys. Yeah, and if you're down heavily, go touch some grass. Yeah, it's been a hell of a journey, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Yeah. If you want to make some money, probably get into drop shipping. I heard TikTok drop shipping is the one now. I think if you really want to make some money, go do that. But for altcoins so far, it's just sideways to down. Yeah. Bitcoin and ETH dominance. Yeah, we finally bottomed. That's pretty much it. SBET is buying heavily. One other thing. Because we've got like a Ethereum curse cycle, like I just think we're kind of pretty much in a curse cycle for Ethereum. So I don't think Ethereum's got enough time to get to like higher prices now, because of the 4-year cycle. I'm a firm believer in this 4-year cycle. I think 2026 is going to be a bear market. Okay. And I think midterms, we normally get bear markets. Okay. So by 2026, we're going to see Bitcoin have a bear market. Yeah. So I think Ethereum could head to this area, okay, and that will take Ethereum to around 15K. All right, if it goes, let's just say from here to here, 10K. That's because that's the same thing that XRP done. 10K here, maybe 15K if we're lucky. I don't think we're gonna get 20K and have a ratio of 0.52. I don't think that's happening. Out here is really the real deal. Perps on chain, it is actually the real deal. The volume they're doing is crazy. It's from some 2 Harvard graduates, and they are both quant traders. They worked for a market maker, and look at this. In the early days, we had DXY, and they were kind of dog shit. They were kind of like rubbish. I shouldn't swear. This is a family-friendly show. Okay. So, I hate swearing as well. So look at this, 6.4 billion chat. That's crazy. 6.4 billion volume daily. This is daily, guys. Weekly, look at this. Higher than Ethereum, higher than Solana, Arbitrum, everything. They made their own chain. They use Arbitrum, by the way, and it's just ridiculous. I think this is going up higher, but the problem is Binance, Coinbase, they'll look at this and start eating their market share, to be fair. So when the big boys are going to build something like this, it's very, very useful, to be fair. Remember FTX, and all your coin is just locked up in that exchange, and you don't know what they're doing with the money. Like, you don't know what they're doing with the coins. They could be lending it out. They could be doing all sorts with your coins, and you have no idea. You have no idea, and that's what FTX done. And Hyperliquid gives you that control. Basically, you own everything. You own this, your keys, your crypto. You can't lose none of it. It's just open source, and that's why it's so popular right now. So I think apart from all the hype and all of that kind of stuff, I think this is heading to the top 10, and it's going to probably stay in the top 10 until Binance show up and Coinbase show up. Once them two show up and they really make their own DEX, it's probably game over for Hyperliquid. That's the problem with competition. Just like Peter Frill said, competition is for losers. Yeah. And the more competitors you have in a space, the more of a loser you are, to be fair. You need a moat. You actually need a moat. You need something where basically no one can compete with you, like Coke, what else? Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Netflix. You need to have a moat. Competition is actually for losers. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I can go into the 4 hour. We can go into the lower time frame. And sorry, I'm just freestyling right now. We need to hit this area 2800. I think it's gonna blast through here. Good area to buy is 2700. My trend lines are excellent, guys, trust me. And if you want to buy again at 2400, like I said, I don't think we're heading to these lower areas. It almost kissed my trend line here, almost kissed my trend line. All right, Solana, if you're looking to buy Solana, I would wait for 148 or wait for it to hold above this trend line at 164. If you want to short it, it's a nice area to short over here, 164, guys. Yeah, I would short here, nice short position here, hit this trend line perfectly, boom. XRP, we just leave XRP alone. Dodge is probably heading back into this circle, heading back into here. RSIs are heavily oversold, could continue to be oversold for quite some time. AVAX, if you want a short position over here. If you want a long, then a long position will probably be, the closest long position will probably be right over here. That's the most confluence, to be fair. It moved the most around here. Yeah, right over here, 1906, dot, link, Psi, basically the movement of Psi, this was all just open interest. It was in the futures market, to be fair. It was just all leverage bets on this, and just market makers liquidating folks over here. Floki, Jupiter, remember Jupiter? Boy, oh boy, we need some fresh coins out here. We need some real fresh coins. Oh yeah, mid layer. I haven't spoken about mid layer for some time. We finally bottomed, finally. I did say right over here, if it doesn't hold, we're heading all the way back down to this area. I'm not going to show you the timestamps. I've spoken about mid layer so many times. Yeah. And I did say that we're going to head to this area. We finally headed to that area. Max capitulation. We had a fake out. I don't think we're going to head lower. I think we're going to move sideways for a very long time until we see altcoin season, of course. So the low is in my opinion, for mid layer. Revolt, I think we need some more. Down. So I'm going to be shorting this for a very long time. Yeah, because look at the dilution. He has like 240 million coins, and they're just printing these coins every single day, and they have like 1 million coins. And it was launched by Coinbase Ventures. So this is free. This is free game for you guys. This is the next Bearer chain. Like, look at Bearer chain, guys. Like, look at Bearer chain. God damn it. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Walrus. Come on, guys. Come on. This is easy money. Like, this is easy money. Like, these two were just easy money. Farcoin. Hey, my little baby. My little baby. Hot air rises. I think it broke down this trend line. Higher lows, lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, until it breaks it, just like Bitcoin, until it breaks it. And it stopped. It was coupled to Bitcoin, to be fair. Now it just decoupled from Bitcoin, so that's not good news, guys. I think exhaustion is happening. People moved on to a coin called Useless now. So I think participants have sold and went straight to Useless. That's another nihilistic coin for them. Okay, that's pretty much it. Others, oh my god, I haven't spoken about others for a long time. Others, RSI extended, dominance finally has like kind of come back. It's gonna hit the EMAs again and then like have a fake out again. This is not the absolute bottom, guys. Okay, wait until September. We'll find the bottom. Enjoy your summer. Have a good one. Join our private members. I'll help you with your portfolio. See you soon, guys. That's it for now. I'm gonna enjoy my summer. Peace.